What's going on? What's going on? It is your boy B.Room and welcome back to the Bru'd Room. Now in today's video, we got some things we need to discuss and talk about over here on Let's Talk About It. So let's start it. So first things first, just 2 days ago, Ice Spice, Paprika, Salt and Pepper, whatever you want to call her, Munchkin Girl, released her debut album. And it flopped. Within not even a full week, the album is flopping. It's not good. People only like about 2 to 3 hits. I like about 2 to 3 songs too. I think I like Papa and BB Belt, and that was it. First of all, I will give her 10s because she has had one of the best debuts of a new female rapper. Has one of the best debut years ever since Nicki Minaj. If you think about it, the other girls had to either get into their peak or get into their big blow. They didn't blow with their first album like they should have. They kind of had a little spark, but they didn't turn into a whole damn lighthouse. They just had a little lighter. They were just a little lighter. They didn't have nothing. She had a Nicki feature, 2 Nicki features, I'm sorry. A Taylor Swift feature, Coachella, the Met Gala, I think meeting Anna Wintour, meeting Beyonce, being on the Barbie soundtrack. I mean, I can kind of go on and on a little bit more, but you get the gist of it, right? She was doing really well, like really, really well. But one thing I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this real proudly, and make sure you listen. Never burn your bridges, period. Unless you know that bridge can't be burned down. You get what I'm saying? So about a few months ago, give or take, some girl that used to be Ice Spice's friend leaked some text messages talking about how she was talking about Nicki and throwing her frustration out with Nicki and the way she moves and operates business, you know, blah, 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 just music stuff. I don't understand why you're kind of venting out, because I don't care who you vented out to. You could have vented out to Finance Riot for all I care, but you shouldn't have vented out because, for one, this is Nicki Minaj. This ain't like, you're not working with Doja Cat or City Girls or Lotto or Megan or Cardi. You're working with someone who's been in the game for over 15 years, who has a strong ass fan base, has done so many record-breaking things in music. She's literally the greatest female rapper of all time, and that's a Fendi fact, period. So if she operates kind of harshly or she's real critical, deal with it. You might need that. You can't have someone just sugarcoat you all your life, no matter what you're doing, because then you're never gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna never learn. You're not gonna ever get better. And we see it in your album, you know what I'm saying? So the text messages got leaked. She was bad-mouthing Nicki or whatever y'all want to call it. The bars pulled out, and now she really doesn't have any fan base no more. She's got a fan base, but it ain't nothing. It's small now. But just to talk about her album, like, it's 10 tracks, first of all. 10 tracks. It's 23 minutes total. I was disappointed. Like, why is this album so short? If it wasn't ready, then you shouldn't have released it yet. You know what I'm saying? Just drop a little, do your singles and space your singles out till you're done. You release a lot of singles for a 10-track album, which wasn't smart. Aside from the length of the album and the tracks, the beats were the same. And this is where I start coming for Riot. I'm coming for you, Riot. Why would you make so many songs have the same repetitive type of beat? They're not the same, but they're very, very similar. And she's still rapping the same a beat. It's like, dang, girl, I mean, you should have grew from your mixtape and gave us something completely different on your album. You know what I'm saying? Now, I hate to bring my girl up and try to do comparisons because I had to see this, you know, all on social media all the time. But when Nicki had her mixtapes compared to her first debut album, Pink Friday, you see the change. You hear the change. You know what I'm saying? You see the growth from mixtape Nicki to debut album Nicki. And then she had legends on her album, but everyone ain't got the money, so it's okay. Or the connects, or just the impact, or the pool. Everyone ain't got the pool like Nicki do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy because her album is going to do bad. It's gonna be in the top 10 somewhere, but it's not gonna do good. She's not gonna have that many listeners, not that many streams. Damn, she ain't gonna have that many sales. It's really sad. That one bridge she burned, and that girl came out and, you know, dogged her out on, you know, all over the world on social media and stuff globally. Ice Spice is kind of down there with Lotto, down there with Cardi, down there with Coil Ray, just down there with a bunch of flops, kind of down there with Megan a little bit. It's kind of sad, you know. Nicki and Doja are leading because they're independent. They stay to themselves. They be as goofy as they want to be because they know these other girls are messy and they can't never amount to nothing. They might have a little hit here and there, but they can't consistently do good. They go up and down like a Darren Richter scale. They can't stay consistent. So Ice Spice, I don't know what to tell you, girl. Hopefully you get you in that studio now, working on your second album, because you need to have a good comeback. You need to have a fire-ass comeback. It needs to sound different, and take your career seriously, because what you're doing right now is kid shit. You're not gonna ever make it nowhere. I'm just keeping it real with you, because ain't no one in your group or in your circle is telling you the real stuff. So I'm gonna tell you, okay? Take note. All right, up next on our Talk, Soulja Boy and B.Simone. Oh, Lord have mercy, child. So she has this second podcast, her new podcast called, I think it's called Let's Try This Again. And she talked about how when she was getting ready for a photo shoot, the people she was around, or the team she was around, she asked them to play some music, some like, y'all have any gospel music, some turn up music like that? They didn't. They played Soulja Boy instead. And she was like, well, turn this off, I don't want to hear that. And she kind of bad-mouthed Soulja Boy, was saying, who goes around saying, play that Soulja Boy? I'd never heard in all my years of living, play that Soulja Boy, play that Soulja Boy, and play Crank That and this and that. And I was like, oh, damn. I mean, I know he don't really make music as consistently as he does anymore, but, you know, Soulja Boy is a legend. Oh, well, she was giving him his credit. She did say, oh, he is a rap legend. You know, he's the first to do a lot of things. You know, I think he was the first rapper to get a million views on YouTube or something like that.
I was there, though.
But I mean, like, if they want to play Soulja, he's got some recent songs, and, you know, maybe a couple of them got a little hit here and there. I don't know. I mean, I've heard some stuff. I just don't have it memorized, because he doesn't have that impact that he had on me back then when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what B.Simone messed up, because one thing let me tell you something. I have a mouth on me, and I can get real lethal, like Marlo from Housewives of Atlanta lethal. But one thing I would never do, I ain't gonna never argue, roast or read a comedian or a male rapper, because them two people have no filter. They will not get off of your ass until they're ready to get off of you. You can plead and beg or apologize all you want. They're not gonna stop till they get done, and they go hard. So she should have just not said what she said, or she could have just said, no, I don't want to play that, play this instead. Kept it real nice, but she didn't. And so Soulja Boy, Big Draco, he got over here and, you know, was on, I think, Instagram Live. I think it was Instagram Live. And he really went in on her tail. He went in on her.
Would never have kids. You look stupid as I got more hair than you. I got more hair than you. What the B.Simone? Get your stupid out of here, you ugly.
Okay, the things he was saying, I kind of wasn't agreeing with. Like, okay, she is a beautiful girl. You know she's beautiful. But when he said, you ain't got no hair, it was the way he was saying it. You know, he's a small man. He's real skinny. But when, you know, small, skinny men be mad, they be loud. I don't know why they be so funny to me. I was cracking up. You ain't got no hair. I don't know why that was so funny to me. I was dying. But he said what he said. And then, of course, under the comments in the Shade Room, because I was on the Shade Room, B.Simone was like, hey, I apologize, but I still said by what I said, and, you know, come to my podcast, we can talk about it. Like, girl, you know, good and then well, Soulja Boy Draco is not gonna go out there to talk to you. But what really makes this drama, makes this really hot, what he said at the end of his rant on B.Simone.
Only way I ever heard is you saying Soulja Boy look good. I want to him. I want to suck him. I said no. You mad because I turned you down? Everybody want to fuck ugly ass? I'm not the baby.
Because the baby is a flop now. We all know what happened to him, but we won't get into the baby. The girl, you want a Soulja Boy? Now, I'm not saying he ugly or nothing, but B.Simone, you could do better. Like, I can see you with a I don't know, just not Soulja Boy girl and not the baby. And I thought they was together. I guess there was drama between her and him and Danny Lee, and that's why she's not on Wild and Out and all that type of mess. I ain't gonna let no bitch push me off a chick that I know I got for sure, like Wild and Out. She got me fucked up. We got to tussle in the parking lot. You ain't finna push me out, girl. But yeah, he responded back and kind of just left it at that. So that just goes to show you, just don't be extra. If you don't like something, just say it. Go about your business. You ain't got to tell the whole world your whole story like that and how you said this and the way you said it, because really no one really gives a fuck. Now, speaking on roasting and reading comedians, you know I gotta touch down on this one, because this happened about maybe 3 or 4 days ago. Tia Kemp went the fuck in on Miss Netta. And honestly, it's about time someone did go in on Miss Netta. I think because Miss Netta is loud and appearance-wise, no one really wants to come for her, or you might be sympathy, or people might attack the other person. Tia Kemp don't give a fuck. When I say she went in on this clip,
you ugly, fugly, muggly, dusty, crusty, musty. Looking like a meatloaf that's halfway done. Look at his face. Looking like a meatloaf that's halfway done. I mean, like a half-run, half-done, cooked, bubbling meatloaf. You know, a meatloaf. With ground turkey at that. And if you take a look in the oven when that's cooking, it ain't a nice sight to see. It's got great looking, chuggly, buggly looking, gooey stuff all on the top of it. You gotta scrape it off, clean it off, put it back in the bag, smother it like you could have pat it down, recook it again for it to brown.
why did she go in on Miss Netta so hard? Oh, when I said that was a read, a roast, let me tell you something. In the anime world, you know, you got B class, A class, S class. Look, I would say I'm an A class reader, roaster. I can get on somebody. Tia Kemp is an S class. And you know why? Because she's a comedian. Comedians do this for a living. They know how to do that and be off the dome. They can look at you and tear you apart for like 5 minutes straight. And I mean, she kind of did. You know, like that was embarrassing. And I know that you felt red. Is that a feeling to feel red?
I think she read me. I don't feel red. I mean, I feel like she felt. She said.
Like, I think Miss Netta said maybe 3 words, and then she couldn't say nothing else. And it wasn't the fact that Tia Kemp was louder than her. It was the fact that Tia Kemp could just keep throwing stuff out. Like, she rolling out fresh pizzas on that ass. Let me tell you something. That bubbling meatloaf got me. And I mean, if you really get, you know, some ketchup, put it on a butter knife and just slap it across Miss Netta's face, you kind of do see a meatloaf. If I'm just being real, just saying. Honestly, though, I felt like Miss Netta needed to be humble. And I think Tia said everything that anyone has ever wanted to say about Miss Netta in this one little video. Rappers and comedians, off limits, baby. Leave them alone. Leave them alone, leave them alone, leave them alone. Now, this next one, y'all brace yourself, because for my girls who used to watch Empire like me, it's gonna get crazy, and I'm trying to keep it as appropriate and family friendly as I can. Brashear Gray, the boy who played Hakeem Lion on Empire, OnlyFans. Why do you have an OnlyFans? And on top of that, why are you posting nudes on Twitter? I thought after Empire, you was gonna have a great career, everything was gonna go good, and you was gonna be soaring bright, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, your career been going downhill since you met Diddy, and we all know Diddy on the run. He ain't been caught yet, and you know he been doing a whole bunch of bad stuff. Just girl bye. But what happened recently was that he got arrested for I think it was trespassing. Why are you trespassing? Why do you look toe up like that? Why are your lips like that? You know, you see bad kids in the hood with lips like that because they bite their lips all day and eat candy and don't put on no Carmex. Lips be dry and they be tearing the hell up. Wintertime be bad for they bottom lips. I don't know what you on, what drugs you on, but you are a young black king, and I don't want you to deter from the path that you had, that God has laid out for you. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together, get some help, and get back to where you was, because you can't be out here like this. But $150 for a bond? I'm sure you got that, but why are you trespassing? What are you doing? Someone needs to help this man. I don't know. I blame Tyler Perry. I don't know why. Like, someone needs to grab this man and hold him and say, hey, I got you. Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody help this young man. All right, you guys, now for this last topic for talking this out, this is actually on a good positive note. This isn't drama. This isn't negativity. We got to balance the negativity out with these videos and have a good one. So if y'all don't know, the Olympics started their opening ceremony on Friday night, and now they're doing their Olympics, you know, around the clock. Everyone's competing. Team USA, Team Simone Biles, Olympics. And opening ceremony, I was at work, and I heard a voice that was just powerful and angelic. And I could not believe who it was I heard that occurred at that TV. I heard the legendary Seline Dion back on stage live singing just as beautiful and just as strong as ever. And it was so heartwarming. I literally stopped in my boots. I forgot what I was doing. I think I was carrying some drinks. I ain't care about the people no more. I saw my girl Seline Dion on TV. She is a legend, legendary, one of the best singers on this earth. And I really hate this for her, but she has this syndrome that happened about 4 years ago called SPS, which is stiff person syndrome. And her body pretty much locks up and she's in pain. Like, she's kind of having a seizure and a stroke, or one of the two. and she's in immense pain, like bad muscle spasms. And then to see her 4 years later singing live in Paris, doing a phenomenal job, is heartbreaking and also heartwarming. Like, she broke my heart when I saw her in the documentary, but she refilled it up and warmed it and mended it. But just know that she is a legend. I can't stop saying that word. She really is one. And she got back on stage, and I hope that just makes you guys go, if I can do this, or if I want to do this and do that, don't let your background or whatever you got going through stop you from what you're doing. If you fight through it and you stay determined and stay disciplined, you can get through it and you can do what you want to do. Well, guys, that wraps up this video. We had to just really just get into this week because it has been wild. I mean, like, oh my gosh. But to end on a happy note, seeing my girl again, everything's, the world's back in balance. Now we got to get into a new week and see what is going to happen now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate either or all three. I don't judge.